Hello guys, Chris here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, we're gonna be retesting GTA 5 on the RX 570. This one is an 8GB model of the card. It doesn't really matter too much because the 4GB model should be absolutely fine in GTA 5. It's an old game, so it doesn't consume a lot of VRAM. So we are running the latest AMD drivers, Adrenaline 2020 21.6.2. This one is the Gigabyte Gaming MI version of the card. It's overclocked slightly, as you can see right here. I pushed the power limit all the way to 50%. Not that it will actually use that much power, but yeah, it's just so it can eat everything it wants. And we're running it with a Ryzen 9 5900X this time around and 32GB of RAM, which I know is overkill, but it doesn't really matter too much. If you have something like a Ryzen 3 3100 with 16GB in dual channel, it's gonna perform the same. So let's get right into it, shall we? These are the settings that we're utilizing. DirectX 11, of course, 1080p resolution. We're also going to test this one at 1440p, 2160p, which is 4K, and 5K resolutions, because, well, I'm just curious to see what it can do. Over on the settings, this is it. Very high, basically. Grass quality set to high instead of very high or ultra. That's a very intensive setting that doesn't really do much at higher settings, at least. Post effects is also set to normal because it introduces motion blur at higher settings, and advanced graphics are all turned off. And the game is looking beautiful and it's performing really well. Let's go with this car. I don't think I ever drive this one in GTA. Oh, maybe I did, but it was black instead of white. Anyway, you can see some reflections right there as well in the car, so those are working properly. I don't think they work properly with the RX 5700 XT, and I just started counting the FPS again. Yeah, but anyways, let's keep on moving here. The 570 performs around the same as a GTX 970, and that was an absolute beast of a card if you wanted to play games at 1080p back in 2015 or 2016. So it's no wonder that the little RX 570 can run this flawlessly, basically, at 1080p. I'm not sure about higher settings, I don't really remember it, but we'll see, of course. And I'm not sure... Jesus Christ. And also, the FPS might drop in Jack's Hill. Always remember that there are more intensive areas in this game. We're gonna get there soon, by the way. So it's not gonna stay above 90 FPS at all times. It will if you're just driving around the city, of course. But in more demanding areas, especially with grass, it's really intensive. I like that car a little bit better, but I don't care. Let's keep on moving. This one still works. Oh my god. Somehow it still works. No! No! Come on! Still good. We're back to it. It's just a little bit more broken now, and it's dropping into the 70s, as you can see. Last time that I tested this on the RX 570, I think it dropped into the 60s or 50s. Hello, Jacqueline. How is it going? Where is Jack? I'm gonna find him. Actually, somebody told me to go find Jack, so I will go find Jack right now. But yeah, I think it dropped into the 60s and maybe high 50s last time around in this area, especially inside of bushes. And now it only drops into the low 70s. So it's definitely a good boost in performance, and it basically looks the same. You just gotta remember to keep the grass quality on high instead of very high. Okay, I hear Jack, actually. He was calling for me, guys. Oh god, Jack, where are you, buddy? Oh, there he is. There he is. He came for us. Look at him. Beautiful boy right there. How's it going, buddy? Are you stopping by? What are you doing? Where are you now? Usually he runs away from me, but this time around he's just... Did he get into the trunk of the car? I don't understand. Where did he go? I don't... Oh, there he is, I think. Yep. He just ran away. As always. Hi, Rex. How's it going, buddy? Performance is very good, as expected, at 1080p resolution. And let's test 2560 by 1440, which is already applied. Everything else is still the same, as you can see, over on the advanced settings as well. And still pretty damn good, guys. Look at that. Close to 60. It will probably drop in Jack's Hill, but for a single-player game, this is really nice. Oh, speaking of single player, if you want to play GTA Online or RP, it's basically the same thing as this. It's just gonna be extremely CPU intensive. The GPU load is actually the same. So your GPU, if not CPU bottlenecked, will get exactly the same FPS as you're seeing right here in the single player. If you, for example, have something like an i5-4460, which is capable of getting these FPS that we're getting right now at 1440p, you'll go into the multiplayer and you're gonna get like 40 to 50 frames. So that's why I don't test multiplayer in this game or online, because it's just not as much of a GPU test as single player, because you are bound to be CPU bottlenecked in that game mode. Oh, actually, I do have a video playing GTA Online on the RX 570, and at the time I had a Ryzen 7 1700, which did bottleneck this GPU quite hard at 1080p. But again, that's not really a GPU test because the GPU is not maxed out, so it's being limited by another component in your PC. Anyway, we're here in Jack's Hill. It's getting 50s. It might actually drop into the 40s. Yep, there we go, 48. Still absolutely smooth and playable. Hi Jack, how's it going, buddy? You're slightly darker today. It might be the sun or something. Oh yeah, he spends way too many hours in the sun in this hill, so that's why he sometimes gets a little bit roasted. Pretty good still, you know. Yep, I could still play like this absolutely fine, 100%. But what about 2160p? That's when things become problematic here for the RX 570, I believe. It's at 3840 by 2160, 4K, by the way. And yeah, everything's still the same. Okay, still not too bad, you know. We're just gonna drive around with this car for a little bit because I love it. Oh boy! Still at 30 plus, but it's definitely gonna drop from 30 in Jack's Hill, guys. Unfortunately, we're already seeing it very, very close to 30 here. So, good thing is, you can always drop a few settings, like the shadows, for example. They don't need to be at softest. They could be, for example, at soft, and you'd gain a few frames. All right, that's enough. Let's load the game and visit Jack again. Here we go. This is a beautiful car right here, guys. I was almost hitting the start counting FPS key again. 38, close to 40 at times. 40 FPS, 41. Okay. Yeah, if you just want to drive around, it's gonna be playable at 4K. I am not gonna hit anybody today, guys. Oh my god! I swear it's not on purpose, guys. I try to avoid people here. I don't like to make this channel non-family friendly, you know. Oh boy. Okay, 27, 26. Yeah, even with high grass. Hi Jacqueline, how's it going? Buddy? Can you say buddy to a girl? I don't know. Yeah, drops into the 20s are pretty bad. If you're playing with a controller and enable some motion blur, it might be doable. You might not tell that it's dropping too much. But, yeah, I wouldn't play with this GPU at 4K resolution. Using these settings, of course. Let's do 5K resolution. I'm just gonna resize that. That's really small. What she said. Okay, there we go. 5120 by 2880. Using the same settings here. This is not half bad, actually. You don't lose a lot of frames compared to 4K. You lose like maybe 15 FPS? 10 to 15? Yeah, okay, not too bad. Could be worse. It's a real test. Yeah, shut up, Michael. Don't swear. God damn it. It's every single video, dude. Yeah. Oh, and people actually said that, god damn it, is swearing. It's not swearing here in Portugal. That's why I say it very much, a lot. Well, it doesn't matter, okay? Oh my gosh, it's getting so low FPS here. 15, 16. Okay, this... Yeah, it's probably the fog at night. I just want to see Jack. Sometimes while filming these videos, I ask myself why I do this. Like, it was perfectly fine to leave this video at 4K resolution, you know? But no, I'm here playing at 20 FPS or 18 FPS for like 10 minutes trying to find Jack. For science, I guess. So I am a scientist, after all, okay? It doesn't drop too much, as you can see. Alright. Hi, Jack. How's it going, buddy? He always shows up whenever we're testing these insanely high resolutions. He likes to be crispy, and you can actually tell that he is more crispy than usual. Like, there are more details. What the hell was that, Jack? Are you okay? What the hell? I've never heard you making those noises. What is happening, buddy? Is it the fog? Are you scared of the fog? Looks insanely beautiful, though. This is sharp as heck. If I had the 3090, I would probably play this game at 5K. You know what? I know it's gonna be a bigger video than I wanted, but I need to test this at high settings instead of very high, using a 5K resolution, just to make it playable, okay? Alright, so these are the settings now, guys. High, and we should also try out 4K on high as well, but 5K is looking impressive right now. It's getting the same FPS as 4K, I think, on very high. It looks awesome, actually. If you're all about that sharpness, and if you have a 5K monitor for some reason, and an RX 570 because you can't buy a 3090 or a 6900 XT, I'm not sure anymore if I would play like this or at like 1440p very high. Because again, GTA 5 is completely playable with 30 FPS, there's no question about it. Whether you like it or not, well, I don't know. But the fact is, it is playable with 30 FPS. Oh boy, okay. And it's looking sharp AF. It's so good. Okay, never mind. Grass will definitely wreck everything and make it not really that playable. Hi, Jacqueline. How's it going? We're just gonna go ahead and play it for a little bit at 4K around here, using the high settings, because I want to see if it drops from 30. If it doesn't, this might actually be a pretty decent option. 4K, high settings, didn't change anything. Okay, let's go. Wow. All right. The 570 keeps impressing me, even after like 4 years of it being released. Wow. Grassy area, 40s and 50s. 30s now, dropping very close to 30 there. I mean, this is completely playable at this point. It's very hard to drive this car here, so I'm just gonna go with a Rocket, which is a bike in this game, by the way. Totally playable. 100% playable at 4K if you keep things on high instead of very high. Still doesn't look too bad. Actually, it looks good, of course. You can tell that it doesn't look as good as very high, but Jesus. But if you're all about that sharpness, I think the trade-off might be worth it. Not for me, because I really enjoyed 1440p with the high FPS. Hi, Jack. How's it going, my boy? Everything all right now? I am glad you're fine, buddy. Amazing performance coming out of the RX 570. That's for sure. And this card used to sell for like 80 bucks. You know, even for the 8GB model. I've seen some even cheaper than that 4GB models back when the market was normal, of course. Well, guys, that's been it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it wasn't as long as the GTX 1080 video, but I don't know. I'm just putting out very long videos lately. I'm curious to see all of the settings and the resolutions and stuff. I like this stuff, you know? So if you did enjoy the video, please like it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll catch you in the next one. Very good. I was reading that. Very soon. Oh boy. As always, I love you all. Bye-bye.